looks like we are live for Shitcoin Church. If you guys will bear with me, and I've got a little bit of echo here. Let's take care of that. Let me get these links spread around. We're gonna do a little bit of portfolio management at the beginning of the stream, just something I need to do anyway, so you guys can be with me. And you know, I'm not gonna show you me doing it, you know, but we are gonna do it live. You just might see a very large market buy on Rook, right? Which will put me as like pretty much the biggest Rook holder behind Suzu and them and Polychain. So, $270 Rook. Pretty excited about that. Let's get this spread around. We'll go over some thoughts. We'll look at some Ethereum charts. You know, we'll do some other shit like that. Yeah, we're gonna make it. Look, I don't think this is the end of the world. A lot of people are touting this as, you know, the cycle's over. This is the end of the world. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I also don't think that this is like disbelief. You know, maybe in some contexts it is, but you know. We haven't had a proper alt season. You know, we had alts pump like, you know, 5x or whatever in January, you know, which was, that was great. It was fantastic. You know, we all enjoyed that. We all had a good time. But that's not alt season. Come on. We've had Bitcoin like go crazy. Like a lot of those guys, I feel like just haven't rotated out of Bitcoin because Bitcoin really hasn't taken a breather. So I'm hopeful that we're going to see some greed here in a bit. I'm hopeful that, you know, I'm hopeful we're going to get that taken care of. Anyway, let me get these links tweeted out. I'm going to get it put up in the Discord. All right, so we got that tweeted out. Get this posted in our Trading Pit Telegram channel. So one thing I'm actually going to be doing as well, let's see here, where the fuck did this go? So I'm actually gonna make, so we have this bot, right, in our Discord, and it's called like Me6 or something like that, but it actually assigns you like levels based on your activity. So I think what we're actually going to do here is we're going to make it so anybody that is active, you're going to get a special role in that channel. And that special role, we're going to have a research request, a request for research channel. Because we already have a shills channel, which is really nice. But with this request for research channel, you're actually going to be able to go in there and you're going to be able to post like, hey, you know, like, could you look into this, you know, or whatever. And, you know, I'll take a look at the chart. I'll look at the Nansen. And I'll post the research for that, you know, just kind of what I do, you know, on-chain analyses and all that good stuff. Let's see here. And okay, so we have all of those things up now. Is the music okay, everybody? Cool, cool. Okay, so like I said earlier, you know, I've got to do a bit of housekeeping. So basically, here's the drill. So, Bancor. Oh, I gotta connect my wallet. I had to restart my PC. I installed some new graphics drivers, and my camera wasn't working after that. So, I was in the Ren pool with a nice stack of BNT. I think around 60,000 BNT. And the thing about the Ren pool was the rewards for liquidity mining were about to expire, or they did maybe today. So I was thinking to myself, you know, what do I do with that 60,000 BNT? Like, do I move it around? Do I put it in another pool? There's no music. Is the music not working? What keyboard do I have? I use a Logitech G910. And I use the one with like the little divots in the keys, which is really nice. And for mouse, I use a Logitech G502. So when you actually unstake Bancor from a pool, it makes you wait 24 hours, you know, which kind of fucking sucks, like, to be honest. It's part of the token economics, though. You know, they want liquidity to be sticky. They don't want people to be able to make impulsive decisions or anything like that. So I unstaked that yesterday because the liquidity mining rewards were up. You know, I had a fat stack of BNT rewards that I've been accumulating. Come on here. Come on. Oh yeah. Okay, confirm transaction. So now we are gonna head over to 1inch exchange. BNT to Rook. And my thesis is that, you know, BNT has held up relatively well. Of course, it's pulled back like everything else. It's not perfect, but it does allow me to get in there, you know, and get this Rook for what I believe is really cheap. You know, we're drawn down about 70% now from all-time high. Hold on, let me just adjust this microphone just a little bit. Can you guys hear me okay? I just wanted to make sure. I feel like it might have been a little bit loud. What do you mean music is up? Yeah, no, Rook's being trash, but keep the faith. Look, I didn't ever get in Rook, you know, and look, Rook pumped from like, I mean, really $20 to 800, but look, Rook was liquid pumping from $40 to 800. You know, that's a 20x. Which is great. You know, my dollar cost average for Rook was around, I think, 75, 80 bucks, you know, and I did manage to sell some over 700, which is really nice. I wish I had sold more, you know, retrospect is a bitch, but for me, Rook is definitely like a long-term thing. Like, I don't understand, you know, I understand people are upset right now because it's down, but at the same time, nothing's really changed fundamentally for Rook. It's still, in my opinion, the biggest thing in DeFi right now, but it is going to take a little bit of time for them to develop the coordination game, the utility for the token. I mean, I'm not a baseball fan, but I'm going to use baseball as an analogy. There's 7 innings in baseball, I think. Maybe I'm just a total idiot and I'm wrong, but out of 7 innings for Rook, we're like maybe on the 2nd inning. So I'm just not too, you know, when I look at Rook and I consider what's going on here, like, it's just, for me, it's just not like a, here we go. Here comes the big boy swap. Hold on, let me make sure my transaction speed and everything is really high. Yeah. Good slippage tolerance. We're not gonna, you know, we'll try this. And swap, confirm. And here comes a big S. This is gonna be a $500,000 market buy on Rook. So get ready to come. We're gonna push this through, and then we're gonna get started on the stream. I can't come to terms with $270 Rook not being an absolute fucking steal. Yeah, seventh inning stretch. Is there 9? Is there seriously? I'm a fucking nerd, guys. I mean, can you give me a fucking break here? I'm a fucking geek. You know, how do you expect me to know how many innings are in fucking baseball or whatever? Like, fuck out of here. Anyway, so I still have a lot of BNT, probably more BNT than anybody here. And I love BNT. But the fact of the matter is that Rook is like on a mega sale right now, and it's the biggest thing in DeFi in my opinion. So, you know, coming in here and sniping some Rook for these kind of prices for me is pretty much robbery. Let's view this transaction on Etherscan. Oh, motherfucker. The transaction failed. Well, there's 0.1 Ethereum down the drain. Thanks, 1inch. Much appreciated. Maybe my slippage settings were too low. Okay, so we're gonna try this again, and we're gonna waste more Ethereum. Come on. Okay, confirm. Yeah, I think I got front run or some kind of shit like that. Anyway, guys, so, you know, I talked about mental health a little bit. You know, we did church and Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord channel, I highly encourage you to get on over in there. It's a really good experience. I'm really enjoying it. When I talked about mental health a little bit, you know, I'd gotten in a pretty bad place, mental health wise, and it wasn't even because like a drawdown or anything like that. I'm so blessed. Like, I've done so well. You know, I've made so much, and I still have so much. I'm really, really pleased with my performance. But I feel like a lot of that just stems from, you know, like social media is such like an awful thing, and it's a curse. Like when I made Cryptomessiah, okay, cool. It just went through there. Fuck yeah! Let's go! Let's see here. Let's see here. Checking my zapper really quick. There we go. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so I've got about 5,000 Rook now. Yeah, check the charts, motherfuckers. Suck on that. That's what I fucking thought. That is what I fucking thought. Suck on that. Yeah. But anyway, that's what I fucking thought. Look, come on. If this keeps going down, like, I'm gonna buy so much, it's ridiculous. I'll get into Rook a little bit. I know you guys have already heard me talk about Rook a bunch, you know, and we're not necessarily gonna be, you know, just shilling fucking Rook the whole stream. I wanted to make this like a user-focused episode. You know, I want to look at, in the past, like in church, like I feel like we did more like searching and like gem hunting. So that's what I want this episode to be about. And really, the reasoning is just because like 'tis the season, right? All your favorite shitcoins are down in the dumps right now. Like it's the same thing as like, hey, like when all your shitcoins have, you know, gone 5x, it's time to start looking at like, hey, maybe we need to take some profit off here, take some profit off there. But you know, when your shitcoins have gone down 60-70%, that's when you start to think about, maybe I should put some buys in, right? You know, maybe I should be looking at accumulating. Maybe I should be working on getting some more. But anyway, just on the topic of mental health, like Twitter can be really shitty, you know, especially like, of course, everybody's a little bit stressed out about the drawdown, myself included. Although, like I said, you know, the amount of money I have right now, like I would have killed for in early January or late December when I thought that, you know, I was about to go to zero again and be in like a forever bear market. So I can't really complain too much, but, you know, I posted on Twitter a little while ago. I'm actually going to be deleting tweets older than 1 week now. I've got a, you know, tweetdelete.net or whatever is set up to automatically do that. You know, being on social media is like really fucking hard, you know, especially like, you know, it's really nice like when everything's going up because you're a hero and everybody loves you. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you got them in something that went 10, 20x, like it retraces 50%, and now they're only up 2, 3x or whatever, and you're a villain. So that's kind of been fucking with my head a little bit, you know, and I'm like a pretty strong guy, and, you know, I've been doing this shit for a long time. I've got very thick skin. I'm very stoic. But I feel like I was in a really negative headspace. My wife and I went to Las Vegas. We stayed at the Aria from Friday to Monday. My buddy Ben Lamb hooked us up, got us in a penthouse sky suite, which was fucking insane. Like, whoa, what the hell? Which was fucking insane. But Zapper just said my wallet went to 0. I was like, oh my god, did I just get hacked or something like that? But anyway, just words of the wise. A little bit of advice, like, because I've got a history, you know, with depression and shit like that anyway. The doctor had me on some kind of weird medication. It's for something totally unrelated, but it got me. One of the side effects of that depression, or one of that medication, is like depression and shit. I've actually just gotten off of it 3 or 4 days ago. I feel a lot more like myself. But Vegas was great. You know, I've got a rule. My wife and I, we take $500 out. That's the most we can lose. You know, if we lose it all, you don't go get more. But it's good to just get away. You know, I stepped away from crypto. I stepped away from Twitter. I got a breath of fresh air. So all I'm trying to say, if you guys are finding yourself ever in one of those places where, you know, like, I don't know if any of you have ever experienced like crushing depression before, but it literally feels like your stomach is dragging on the ground like 24/7. Like it feels like your heart is in your stomach. Like it hurts. You can feel the pain in your chest, like when you have like very serious depression. And it was not like a really fun situation, you know, and I feel like I internalized it a lot, and you know, I'm not gonna talk about it a lot. You know, I don't want anybody to know. Like, I'll always put on the happy face, but you know, I feel like it was affecting my behavior, affecting my trading. If you ever find yourself in a situation like that, like, get away from this for a second. You know, go live some life. You know, go on a vacation. If you can't afford to do something fancy, it doesn't matter. You know, go rent a hotel for a night with your loved one. You know, go get an Airbnb. Just get out, do something different, shake it up a little bit. Yeah, meditation, you know, something like that. No, and look, I don't need any help or anything. Like, trust me, like I said, I've been dealing with like depression and shit for a really long time. So like, I know me, most importantly. I know like when I'm getting in a funk. The most important thing is to realize the early signs, recognize the early signs of you being in a funk, and then to act on those as early as possible. Because depression is a lot like digging a huge hole, you know, and you're standing in the hole, and like the longer you don't talk about it and the longer you don't address it, I feel like just the deeper that hole gets. And eventually the hole gets so deep that you can't climb out of it on your own. So you got to make sure to, you know, to treat yourself, to do something for yourself. Stop digging that hole for yourself, really. But if anybody is, you know, if you feel like you're, you know, in one of those states, you know, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody about it. You know, talk to friends, talk to family, talk to randos on the internet. Yeah, I think more people maybe have experienced that than you realize. You know, it's not just you. You're not alone. Yeah, good nature walks. You know, go to the gym. I will say, you know, I've kind of fallen off like the fitness wagon over the past couple of months, you know, and I kept telling myself it's because, you know, I'm trying to make it right now. Like, I need to be focused. But the reality of the situation was that the you know, the actual focus, you know, all that kind of stuff, it detracts from the real focus, you know, which is like an all encompassing, like, you know, full picture. You notice my stomach? Fortunately, I don't carry much weight in my stomach. Unfortunately, I typically I'll carry weight in my chest. Like, if I get really fat, I'll get man boobs, and then I get a little bit of love handles. But I've never had a belly or anything like that. Never had a belly or anything like that. So you can do a couple things with Rook. You know, you can provide liquidity on Bancor. There's not any space right now, but for right now, it's just a buy and hold. I think in early May. There's really two things happening for Rook, okay, in early May. And I'm not 100% sure. I need to double check. What is this? November, December, January, February, March. I think in early May we're gonna have governance for Rook, which is, it's not, you know, profit share or anything like that yet. So it's not full utility, but it's something. I know the team's working really hard on staking. I know they are working really hard on liquidations and integrations with money markets, you know, Aave, Compound, Cream, that kind of shit. Yeah, I got a fresh haircut. Decent haircut this time. I hate getting my haircut. I don't know. Do you guys like getting your haircut? For me, it's just kind of awkward. I feel like I'm just reeing so hard when I'm getting my haircut. You know, like I'm sitting in that fucking chair. Like, that guy doesn't know me, or that girl. You know, and they're like trying to like make small talk and shit like that, and I'm just like, you know, like autisming out like super hard. Like super hard. I love haircuts. I hate getting my haircut. There's a big difference. Like, that the whole time in the chair, the only thing in my mind is, I really hope that you would, or I really wish that you'd stop talking to me and focus on giving me a good haircut. And then the second thing is like, when the fuck am I gonna get the fuck out of here? Like, fuck this. Like, this sucks. Yeah, I kind of just stare at the mirror at myself, something like that. Yeah, I need to get a homie that's a barber for sure. I just, you know, I don't know. Look, I know it's like, doesn't seem rational or whatever, but it just kind of is what it is. I don't know. So anyway, that's enough for an intro or whatever. You know, hopefully you guys can see, like, I feel like, you know, I haven't been myself recently, so apologies for that. But I'm back, baby. You know, I feel good, ready to rock. My head's clear, like, I'm focused, I'm in the game, I know where I'm at. Mentally, I've got a plan to get back in physical health. You know, I did some shopping, picked up some healthy snacks, healthy foods. I've got a couple edibles I brought back from Vegas, but you know, weed's really bad for depression. Just being real, I love getting stoned like more than anybody. Like, trust me on that. But weed's really bad for depression. So I'm gonna be cutting out the weed. I'm cutting out the booze for a month, and I'm just gonna work on me. So if any of you guys are in that situation, you know, please reach out to somebody. You know, and just remember that you know you can't do anything about it until you accept it and you decide to do something about it. Okay. Yeah, I was getting a bit grumpy. I apologize for that. Yeah, I got to get back to CrossFit. You know, something like that. Actually, I don't think I'm going to go back to CrossFit because I really loved CrossFit while I was doing it. And the number one thing I liked about CrossFit was I learned how to power lift. You know, I learned how to do cleans and jerks, and you know, I learned how to squat properly. You know, I worked on my flexibility so I could finally, you know, use a proper grip for front squats. You know, I learned presses, and I mean, CrossFit was great just in the sense that like, I feel like I learned so much because I've been lifting weights for a long time, but it's just been straight like beach muscle lifting. You know, I haven't really done any like, heavy compound lifting and stuff like that. I've always done squats and stuff like that. I'm not like a, you know, this guy never does legs kind of situation. But I think I'm just going to go back to the gym. I really want to get in a program. And the issue I have with CrossFit is like, I feel like every day I went in there, like we just did fucking legs. And some days like we went, like some weeks we didn't even squat or like do anything like that. So I really just want to get back in the gym and be like, you know, like on an actual like heavy split. You know, I'll probably start out with an upper lower body split and then work into something else. But I really want to focus on those Olympic lifts, those compound moves. Yeah, lift heavy, take a multi. I take the orange triad. I take the orange triad multi. It's always been my favorite. And I actually have been doing the powder form recently with greens. So every morning for breakfast, what I do is I do a flap stick, which is Jimmy Dean. Like, it's my favorite thing in the world. But it's so fast and so easy. It's literally a sausage wrapped in a pancake, toss in the microwave 55 seconds. So I do that. And then I drink this big drink. It's a lot of water, you know, hydration's super important. But I do my vitamins in it, which tastes like ass, but they have got greens and stuff in it that helps me take a dump. And then I do, I've got this mushroom complex, a really good mushroom called Thrive 6, I think. And the mushroom complex is really, really good for mental state, lung health. I mean, mushrooms, like the right mushrooms, like do so much for your body. So for anybody that like is looking for a life hack and, you know, doesn't really want to be stimulant heavy or doesn't want to take like Armadafill or whatever those fucking kids take in crypto, like check out the mushroom extracts. You know, make sure you get high quality, make sure you get ones that are extracted from the fruit and not the mycelial structure. Yeah, chaga, reishi, blah blah blah. Yeah, so lion's mane's in there. So I do drink caffeine. I do drink caffeine. I'm actually gonna try to cut out caffeine, but that's gonna be tough. And I'm actually going to try to cut out nicotine too. Step one, cut out the weed. You know, which the edibles will be gone in like 2 days. So, you know, no edibles, no more weed, right? Step two will be wean off the caffeine. You know, you don't want to be relying on caffeine. Step three is get off the nicotine. Believe it or not, like the thing that'll make you happier than anything is total sobriety. It just gives your brain a chance to just reset, you know, get your neurotransmitters right, get all those levels back to normal. Yeah, chaga, lion's mane, reishi, like mushrooms are, no, weed's really bad for me. It just really is. The reasoning behind deleting tweets after a week is just that I have a lot of people following me, and people love to take things you've said from, you know, months ago, years ago, out of context, and you know, because to understand the context, you would have had to have been there, and they like to use those against you in whatever way they possibly can. For me, I mean, I wasn't getting a lot of that, but it's more of just like a de-stressing thing for me. You know, there's no For the longest time, you know, I wanted to leave them up because, you know, I wanted to have that clout, like, oh yeah, you know, look, this guy called this or whatever. But the reality is that's just fucking stupid. I'm kind of over Twitter. I'm kind of over this whole account thing. You know, I'm going to keep my Twitter up for a while, just because, you know, I've got work to do for Hxro. I said I was going to do a job. I'm going to do it. But, you know, when that job is done, I'm going to delete this Twitter account. I just... it's just fucking baggage, bro. You're spot on about that. Yeah, I love being banked more than anybody, but weed really just slows me down too much, and I know that. But I'm not gonna do a G on you. I'm gonna actually delete my account. But I would delete my account when the work is finished. And I've actually got a smaller account that I'll continue to post from. But 100,000 followers like seems great, and let me be honest, sometimes it really is, but it's not all it's cut out to be, you know. It's not all it's cut out to be. All right, so let's go check out some charts. So we're just gonna do a brief overview. We'll look at we'll look at the majors. We'll look at Bitcoin. We'll look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Check out that Meta chart. You know, Meta was looking really good yesterday, and then everything kind of went to shit, and it just fucking dragged that shit down. You know, so which really sucks. But honestly, the overall structure of Meta still looks really nice. Let's get over here on this desktop background screen. Gotta get rid of the background removal. Okay, here we are. So first and foremost, you know, let's have a look at Rook. Good old Rook, all right? Just go ahead and delete everything here. Got the log scale pulled up on Rook. There's really two perspectives. I like to look at log and linear. You know, if you guys have been watching me for a while, let me go ahead and move my church window over to the left so I can see your comments and shit. I like to put it on the line chart just because it really simplifies like drawing trend lines and shit like that. So you got one trend line here that you can draw, and then another trend line kind of like that ish. If this thing, god damn it. Okay, so you gotta have this, and it's not perfect. It's pretty good. It's not perfect, but you can see that, you know, we have this breakout here. This is the all-time volume weighted average price. And what happened a couple days ago, because, you know, Rook broke out of this descending wedge or whatever you want to call it, and it was looking really good. But you can see right here that, you know, we got to the VWAP, we got over the VWAP, and that was actually like pretty heavily sold into. Yeah, that was actually pretty heavily sold into. And now, you know, here we are. We're down here again. And there is this little gap in the VPVR. A lot of times, you know, things like to fill in these little gaps. You know, we've got a pretty significant gap up here. So I do expect Rook to, you know, get in a situation now where I think we might range in here for a bit, accumulate, put in a floor, change the trend. It's definitely in a downtrend right now. But the boss right here, and this was the boss in the past, and we started this nice rally, you know, when we got above this volume weighted average price. The boss is the VWAP. So we got to get above the VWAP. Now, just in terms of support and resistance, I would just go ahead and blow everything like that away. You can see here that this was definitely some kind of support level. And, you know, we've actually gotten below that, but it doesn't look really good. I mean, we've got a reaction here, it doesn't really have much precedent for interacting. So I'm going to move this down to here. You know what, I think this is going to be better for like a tiny box, just because there's a little bit of, yeah. Okay. So what you can actually see here, and this is interesting, you know, we got above, and this actually acted as support again, and then we got below, and this little area acted as resistance, and you can see here that, you know, we kind of got above it. We've confirmed this as support, we got above the VWAP, and, you know, look where we are, we're back here. This is actually versus Ethereum. So I'm going to switch this over to the log chart. I like looking at things from the log chart and the linear perspective, you know, just because sometimes it gives you a little bit more color on the situation, you know, and what's actually going on. So you can see that same kind of descending wedge on log. or on linear, when we come over to log, it actually looks more like a parallel channel-ish. Switch this over back to candles. And, you know, what you can actually see here now is pretty good structure, you know, within this. And I'll be looking, you know, I'll be getting really excited, and this is obvious little fake out right here, but I'll be getting really excited about this, you know, when we can actually break out of this channel. You know, I'll be feeling really good about Rook. You know, I think if we can, you know, have this kind of close with this kind of wick down here, I think that will look really good for us, you know, and we can go ahead and break out of the channel somewhere right here and have a really nice April. Bullish catalyst coming up for Rook. So I do believe we have one more month in this quarter, and then emissions are going to be cut by 30% or so again. So we do have that going for us. We've got the upcoming governance. We've got upcoming integrations. We've got money market, you know, liquidation features and shit like that. What if it just breaks down? It's definitely a possibility. But the thing is, you know, with these markets, when you have conviction on something and something's down 70% and you know its value, it hurts to buy sometimes. Like, it almost makes you sick at your stomach. But you kind of just have to sack up. You kind of have to just get in there and hit that fucking buy button. You know, most of the most outrageous buys are when your stomach is telling you, don't fucking do it, don't fucking do it. And it ends up being a really nice entry. And the you know, inverse of that is true as well. Like, sometimes, like, sells, when you're like, don't sell, it's going to keep going, it's going to keep going. But you're looking at the chart and you're like, man, this chart is just, I have to, like, I have to, I've got to get in here, I've got to sell. It ends up being a pretty good sell. You know, some of my Rook sells, you know, that went off somewhere in here. Some of those Rook sells, like, actually hurt to do it because, you know, I was abandoning my dreams. I was like, fuck, you know, like, this is terrible. But it ended up being a really nice sell. So that's, I feel like one of my biggest strengths is executing in those environments where it seems counterintuitive to execute, but it's not. Anyway. Yeah, I'm using crayons now. Crayons are really nice. And you can see Rook on this Ethereum chart. There's actually some nice bullish divergence that's developed down here. You can see that on, what is this shit called? FSVZO, really nice indicator from Isilico. And then you can also see that same divergence here. You know, the Willy is totally embedded, extremely oversold conditions. Let's go have a look at the Rook chart versus... Here we go. So we have this Rook chart, and this is verse, yeah. That's what I thought, motherfucker. So this is going to be versus US dollar. This is just Rook perp. Yeah, you can see crayons are really nice right here. You know, I feel like they really captured all of this really well. You know, told you where to get in, told you where to get out. You know, once again, we've got this really big bullish divergence here that developed. 1, 2, 3 pushes right to the downside. You can see this same, I talk about 3 pushes all the time, but you can see this same thing right here. 1, 2, 3 right here, right? And that ended up being the perfect sell signal. So this is actually, I'd say this is like 1, 2, 3, 4 pushes, which is even more extreme. At some point, this has got to reverse. You know, this is going to go up, and this is just kind of our reality right now, right? When it comes to the Rook perp, when it comes to Rook versus the dollar. But we were on the trend line. This is mega oversold. We've got our 3 pushes, 4 pushes with a bullish divergence down here. It just looked like a really, really solid buy. And you know what? Looking at this chart, let's zoom out. For me, market cycle wise, and I'll pull up this Wall Street cheat sheet, although you know, it's a meme. It's a meme, but you know, we can use it to kind of quantify, you know, what people might be feeling at a particular point in time. See, I'm going to open image in a new tab, bring this over here for you guys. So actually, you know, what we're looking at right here, in my opinion, reminded me a lot of this situation right here, right? Where Rook already looked really good, and then it kind of went down even more. And then Rook just became an absolute joke, right? It's the depression phase. My retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all of this new stuff? I'm an idiot. And that's really what I felt internally almost. You know, I say this all the time, but people don't understand, like, I feel these emotions like really heavily. It's it takes a lot of time and practice to look at this right here, because this is typically like a situation, you know, when everybody's depressed, that nobody in their right mind would buy something. But the reality is that actually ends up being the best time to buy. So I do think that we're here for Rook. I can't imagine this getting any worse. You know, it's down 70%. It's got so much going on. It's got, you know, like, come on, like that would be just fucking insane. But when you're looking at this chart right here, it looks a lot like that. And I'll just go ahead and remove all these indicators and shit so you can see what I'm talking about. But you've got this situation right here, right? This is where people are mad. You know, everybody was yelling at me, fuck you, you know, Rook sucks, blah, blah, blah. Rook's a joke. And then, see this right here? Fuck you, Rook sucks, that's a joke. And then everybody's so excited because Rook bounced, right? A lot of things bounced. And then look at us right here. We're making this new low. So now that's depression. This is never going to stop going down, right? This is never going to stop going down. Is Crayons worth the buy? Yeah, I'd say so. I think Crayons is great. You know, I used SCMR for a long time. I think Crayons is better. I didn't believe it would be, but I was talking to Flood and he told me, he said, bro, just trust me. I used to use SCMR too, and Crayons is the shit. And Crayons is the shit. Crayons is fucking sick. We haven't really gotten an indication here on Rook Perp for 4 hours as a buy signal. What we're really looking at right here are oversold conditions, you know, according to FSVZO, according to the Willy indicator as well. You know, we haven't entered an embedded condition. So I'm really going to be looking for this to cross upwards as kind of the ultimate buy signal. Let's look at a little bit higher time frame. This would be really, really nice. As you see here on high time frame, we actually have a really nice bullish divergence, and we're working on this really nice reversal candle right here for the day. So fingers crossed. We'll see what's up with that. What is Crayons? You see how my candles have these colors on them, and it's not just green and red like most candles are. It's Crayons is just an indicator by Isilico that you can get, and it helps with trend detection and trend analyses and those kinds of things. It's in my opinion, it's totally worth it. Let's while we're on the hourly chart, we're gonna go on and we're gonna look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. But I just wanted to draw this as well, and you can see a very clear break on this structure here. So bam, you can see this nice break on this structure to the upside. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what kind of follow through or anything like that. How did I unstake my REN without having all of my pools go to X1? Well, all of my pools just went to X1, bro. It just is what it is. Here's the thing though, those rewards are retroactive. So if you just stick in there and you wait for that multiplier to get back to 2x, it'll be like nothing ever happened. So I do plan on being in those bank or liquidity pools for at least another month, you know, maybe 2 or 3. So it's just one of those situations to where I was like, you know, does it kind of suck to lose my multiplier? Yeah, it does. But at the same time, yeah, it was necessary. I was willing to lose my multiplier to be able to buy this Rook dip and get in on this action, because I really don't think that this is going any lower. I would be shocked. How about that? And look, maybe it goes negative 90%. Maybe it does, and maybe the whole crypto market's about to crash. I don't fucking know. I just don't think so. So this is what I'm doing, and I'll either be a genius or an idiot. Like I've made my bed. I'm totally happy with resting in it and just kind of, you know, seeing what happens. You can see here though. I mean, really, really nice break. This just got fucking ridiculous. So I'm really hoping for those nice prints on Rook. Let's take a look at what the daily is shaping up like on this. Just blow away that line. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see in the daily. So, you know, fingers crossed that we get this kind of close in the daily. Or you know, hell, if we could close over 300, like, damn, that would be fucking dope. What do I think? Should I ball into ID? ID really in my bag. That's random task bag. But he's super bullish on it. And he's got good reason to be, and honestly, his calls have been fire. So if you want, you know, we actually have a special channel in Discord devoted to random task. For any of you that aren't in our Discord, you can actually see this right here. It's really, really nice. You can see we've got a messy charts channel, And this is just from yesterday. All of this shit is from yesterday. This is the day before. I like it a lot better than Twitter just because it's a lot more limited access. You know, I really get to talk about shit in detail and kind of just lay it out, stream of consciousness. If you're not in this Discord channel, I highly recommend that you would join. So I'm gonna actually post this link right now. There you go. If you guys want to join up here, come in here, check it out. Random Tasks has got his own channel. You could see, you know, he's got an MPH chart, USD short. If you guys were watching Delta Phi yesterday, you would have seen that. I did, Matt, it's just above you, bro. That's me, Cryptomessiah, https://discord.gg/nvqpvcj3. So join up there, you know, because we do have, and I'm the only one that can post some messy charts, you know, random task charts. Those are all of his, and you can see, you know, he's been posting just straight up constant charts, constant alpha. Guys, can you really not see that? You guys are fucking dickheads. There's no way you don't see it. There's no fucking way. I literally just posted that link in chat like 8 fucking times. You guys are just fucking dickheads. Let me explain to you how you were a dickhead. Little inception here. Post, 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 post. Is YouTube blocking it? What the fuck is that? Because it's showing for me. That's what I'm saying. I'm literally in there like posting this shit like over and over and over again. Like, okay, look, I'm gonna post this on Twitter then. Link to Real Hxro Labs Discord. Trading Pit 2.0. Yo, we got voice channels and shit too, NFT rooms, all that kind of shit. Hop in the Discord though. I don't hang out in the Telegram at all anymore because we're phasing that out, you know, and we're trying to make this. I know you motherfuckers you guys are fucking, y'all are fucking with me, and you know what? That's really, you're wrong for that. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have fucking done that. I'm too old for this shit. I'm too fucking old for this shit. I posted it on Twitter. Go check out Twitter. I want you guys in that Discord though. Because yeah, Telegram just does suck. And honestly, like the Trading Pit got way too big. So it was difficult to like organize everything. But honestly, the Discord's awesome because check this out. We just have like a straight up hangout room and you can see like it's actually really active. Degen trading. We've got a NFT trading channel where people are just talking NFTs and shit all day. Non-degen trading. I don't know what the fuck non-degen trading is or why we have a non-degen trading channel. Like, what the fuck is that? Yield farming, which is pretty sick. I mean, look at this. Look at all this activity. TA charts where, you know, we've got a little bot in here that you can queue up charts. Other people are posting charts. Tips and tricks. Don't know really what the fuck is going on in that channel. We've got a whole channel dedicated to shills. This is the channel to where like you've got a bag, you've done research, you want to talk about that research, you know, without people being like, shut the fuck up, you know, like quit shilling your bags. This channel is dedicated to shilling your bags. So you can get in here, chill your fucking bags, you know, tell everybody what's up. Hey, what's up, Matt? What's going on, bro? Richie in the house, Richie's typing. Church chat, and that's just because, you know, we had an actual church. Hey, seeing yourself in the stream. You're famous, bro. You're famous. Keep it up. But anyway, the Discord's just way more organized. And what I was saying earlier, we have this moderator, this Me6 bot. When you get to a certain level, and I'm going to figure out how to do this, but when you get to a certain level, we're going to have a request for research channel. And you have to be at the certain level to be, you know, like to post in there. And that's going to be our filter. We don't want just turds coming in from Twitter. You know, if I post a join link being like, can look at my coin, look at my coin, look at my coin. But like, if you're part of the community and you hang out in there and like, you know, that's your spot, like we'll know because you'll be like level 5 or whatever on Me6. Oh God, I gotta, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm about to say, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna close this shit down. But we'll make it so that if you're a regular in there, you know, and you chill in there, we'll make it so you can request for research. And then what I can actually do is I can do all that research. I can look at the Nansen, I can do this and that, and then I'll just post it in the Messy Charts channel. And I think that'll be a good way for me to find new shit. It'll be a good way for you guys to find new shit. And also it's a good reference point, because if you ever like want to know, you know, what the research is, you know, to take a peek at the Nansen, you know, look at the charts, what the charts are doing, you can just go to that channel and maybe I'll hashtag based on the project, search the hashtag, and you can pull it up and it'll all be right there. Or maybe I'll just make another like channel, Messy Research or something like that. I don't know. Well, this Discord's pretty new. We're trying to work on it. But for the trading pit on Telegram, guys, we are going to be shutting that down. It's not going to happen next week or the week after that or even a month from now. We're phasing that Telegram out. So if you're a Telegram user and you're in the trading pit and you like it there, look, trust me, I wasn't a big fan of Discord until I started really using it. But just the level of organization and shit that we have in this new channel is off the chart. It's off the chain. It's awesome, right? It's awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at Ethereum, Bitcoin. Oh, just real quick, I wanted to thank you guys for being in here. You know, like I said, I'm in a really good place now. You guys mean a lot to me. So, you know, I literally get paid to do this. Like, this is my fucking job. Like, I get a W-2 for this shit. So you guys, while you're here, if you would, hit that like button, subscribe to our Hxro Labs YouTube channel. We got 3.68K subs. We're trying to build that number up. You know, the algorithm and shit like that. But I know it's really lame, but please hit that thumbs up button if you're here and you're enjoying this stream, or you're enjoying any of our content. I would really appreciate that. Yeah, we'll check out Phantom and stuff like that. Who are my favorite macro traders? Definitely Benjamin Blunt. I think he's one of the best. Who else? Him, Calio, Loma. I'd say they're my three faves. I think they're really good. Honestly, like, I don't know if there's anybody better than Benjamin Blunt at all. Stillman, if you guys follow him, is really good. Yeah, thank you, Tiny. Much appreciated. Yeah, Calio's super OG. He's really good. JJ Cycles. Honestly, like, there's so many fucking guys on Twitter. It's difficult to keep up with. But yeah, all of those people are really great. Let me look up JJ. I'm sure I follow him already. If I don't, I'll. So yeah, I'll follow this dude. You guys are saying he's really good, so I just gave him a follow. We'll see what he's about. Yeah, Stillman's fucking awesome. I'll do an FF or something like that. You know, I'm not really big into FF and all that kind of stuff, just because I stopped caring about how many followers I had a long time ago. But if you guys want me to point out some good accounts that I like, you know, I'll let you know. I mean, out of everybody though, if I had to pick only one, I'm gonna say Benjamin Blunt. I mean, hands down, all day. If you guys aren't following him, I for sure would. You can find him at Smart Contractor, right here. At Smart Contractor. He's incredible. His TA is off the chain. His sentiment views are off the chain. He's just awesome. So anyway, coming back from to Ethereum, Bitcoin. You know, we've got the same volume weighted average price on ETH Bitcoin. I've got it set to decade. So this VWAP is actually something that's been going on since January 1st, 2020. And it's a good VWAP. I wonder what the century VWAP looks like on this, just for lulz. Let's take a look at that and see what's up. So you can see that the century VWAP is actually acting as a point of resistance here. You know, we broke above it here, but you know, we broke back below, throw back to the VWAP. We couldn't quite get above it. You know, when I'm looking at the decade VWAP, and that's just the volume weighted average price from January 1st, 2020, right? Fuck this, there we go, decade. You can see that, I mean, this has actually like been a pretty significant point. You know, we've been respecting this VWAP pretty well. It's a good return to mean. You know, we get above the VWAP, it acts as support. We get below, it acts as resistance. But you can see, you know, we're sitting right on this VWAP right here. You know, Ethereum versus Bitcoin had a pretty shitty day yesterday. it took a stab down into the VWAP. But this is really how I'm making sense of what's going on here, these two trend lines. And you know what, I'm going to convert this to log scale too. Like I said earlier, sometimes when you convert it to log, it just gives you a different perspective versus linear, and it's an important perspective. So I like to always consider all of them. But this is what I'm looking at, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We have the biggest bullish catalyst ever coming up for Ethereum, and that is EIP 1559. And that is something that's going to be occurring this summer. I don't know if it's June, I don't know if it's July, but it's somewhere in that range. And I do think that we're going to be able to have, you know, a solid 1 to 2 months of Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin to me looks absolutely cooked, and arguably Ethereum does look cooked too. But I'll make the bull and the bear case for both of them. I'm obviously biased versus bull, as I'm sure many of you are, just because I don't margin trade. I'm not going to be shorting anything. So for me to make some money, I need this shit to go up, right? But looking at this right here, this does look good. You know, we are on top of this VWAP. We haven't done jack fucking shit. We're definitely way oversold here. And we do have this trend line right here, and this wedge-ish structure that is resolving at some point in the future, right? So let's go ahead and we'll blow away these indicators or whatever. I'm going to switch this over to log scale. And for the log scale on this, at least, it's not making too much of a difference. It's pretty much same old shit, right? So let's just draw this trend line here. So we got that guy, and let's see what's up here. Yeah, that's pretty solid right there. Same old shit, right? Regardless, either way, we're looking at sometime early April. This could be breaking to the upside. And remember that VWAP was for all time was somewhere like up here, right? You know what? This is Binance, and Ethereum hasn't been on Binance forever, but you know what? Binance is where the volume is, right? So I'd say that's a pretty good representation. We've got to get above this all-time VWAP, and then the party really starts. I just, like, honestly, guys, like, when I'm looking at this fucking chart right here, let's go ahead and switch it to the weekly. And look, very importantly, I know it seems like this has only been going down, but a lot of people, look, this is the biggest meme out of any meme there is, right? A lot of people have been calling this a Livermore accumulation cylinder. I'll draw that really quick in just a second, but most importantly, I'm not seeing red on crayons. This has not entered a bearish trend yet on a macro scale. It's just pulling back. Oof. So let's check out a couple of things here, right? First and foremost, let's look at this trend line. Not really much to ascertain from that. You know, it's kind of just out of context by now. So yeah, fuck that. We'll blow that away. We've got this trend line right here. Horizontal level, you know, whatever you want to call it. And then we've got this other level right here. The reality though is, you know, I'm looking at this chart, and this chart really hadn't done fucking anything. You know, it's just kind of, I feel like a lot of times you'll see symmetry in these charts, and you'll see symmetry in the market. And I know it's not exact, but that to me is kind of like that to me. It's just kind of the same shit. You know, it's just chopping around like right now. It's chopping around. We're in an uptrend. But it's chopping right now. Right now, we're not in an uptrend. It's just kind of chop, but it's a choppy uptrend, right? So accumulation cylinder wise, you know, let's throw a line chart on this just to make it a little bit easier to see. Not a perfect, you know, it's not a perfect science, but damn near close. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what would this be? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in a Livermore accumulation cylinder, you know, it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes up. You know, I'd really like to see at least 0.08 for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Ethereum, we have all of this shit going on. We got fucking DeFi. You've got, you know, big inflows to the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. At least we did, you know, not too long ago. You've got big outflows on exchanges. You know, that's something interesting we can look at too. Let's pull up Glassnode here. I've actually got to log into Glassnode really quick. So I'm going to move this to the other screen, or to the other screen. My bad. Okay, and we are logged into Glassnode. Okay, let's check this out. I always like, you know, fucking looking at on-chain analytics and shit, and like, let's see what's up with this. You know, maybe there's some kind of indicator that shows us, you know, like what's going on. Interestingly enough, you know, really quick, I just wanted to note on Bitcoin, if we actually go to, there's some market indicators here, and the MVRV ratio, or the MVRV score right here. Look at this. You know, this is where Bitcoin got shitty again. So this looks like it's kind of maybe a really good indicator for topping and stuff like that. Something to note. Okay, so Ethereum, we've got an MVRV ratio here, which, looking at previous Ethereum tops, this ain't shit. You know, this is really nothing. SOPR, I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, I can't make any fucking sense out of that. Come on. Net unrealized profit or loss. So yeah, most people are still in profit on Ethereum here. Okay, that's kind of interesting, right? Belief, optimism. So we're in the belief phase right now. It doesn't say we're in the euphoria phase yet. And it looks like these euphoria, this blue, has been a pretty good indication in the past, you know, in multiple instances. You know, look, limited data points, right? But it's been a pretty good indication in the past, like of tops and shit like that. I'm not seeing anything like that here. The main thing that I actually wanted to look at here was exchanges, because we want to look at some of these flows. So let's check out net flow for exchanges. You know, you can see these massive net flows up here, and this is kind of around a top for Ethereum, but we want to look more locally and just kind of maybe understand a bit of what's going on. And moving average, 7-day. So let's look at the 14-day moving average. I mean, we're still at pretty negative net flows here. Net flows are still pretty negative. Let's go back and look at 2019. Yeah, we haven't started seeing a positive net flow for Ethereum, you know, into exchanges, which really just makes me think that, you know, there's some more gas in the tank here. Let's get the 2017 top. And look, you know, we started seeing these big net flows into exchanges, right? And we'll just do away with the moving average. But look at the difference though between all of this shit up here and then like what we're looking at now. Like we have outflows from exchanges, we have massive lockup in DeFi, we've got lockup for Ethereum 2.0. Let's look at the average outflows. Yeah. Huh, they got a futures perpetual funding rate. That's interesting. Let's see what's up with this. Doesn't go back too far, does it? So pretty much it's been positive funding ever since for the last month. I wonder if I can go back further than this. No, it doesn't look like I can. That's kind of interesting. Let's look at open interest. With open interest has been going down a little bit. Interesting, whatever. A little bit of Glassnode, a little bit of fun. Does look like we might have, you know, it is on the verge of going red on crayons. Not an end all be all, of course. Multiple red prints can get kind of scary. I mean, looking at this chart, I really just don't see how we don't have a rip on Ethereum. Just looks too fucking good. Versus the dollar. Now, here's kind of the bear case, right? Do away with all the magic and shit. Yeah, we'll look at Nansen in the future. Oof. We don't want a line, we want an array. Here we go. So you can see here that we've actually had this dip, right? And you know, we bounced from that. This is this previous all-time high, you know, around 1,350. How does this not continue? You know, on one hand, like we've made a new all-time high, like we're in price discovery. So I would expect price to be discovered, right? And that's what price discovery is about. On the other hand, you've got this, which is a very clear high time frame, lower high. So for me, looking at this right now, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be posting like these market cycle charts and shit like that, and they're going to be saying that this is complacency, and maybe it is, and that's the bear case. Because here's the thing, even though Bitcoin outperformed Ethereum, maybe this was just a Bitcoin cycle. We had all these institutional flows, TWAPs and shit on Bitcoin. Maybe this was just Bitcoin's moment to shine. You know, things don't have to happen the same way as they do every time. But at the same time, we've seen Ethereum with more user growth, more TVL growth, more fees growth, more everything. Ethereum has grown so much, it's unusable, right? And then you're seeing Ethereum lagging price-wise. You're seeing Ethereum fucking around when, I mean, Ethereum should, you know, this chart doesn't even look that insane. So the bull argument here is that, you know, this isn't complacency, although it damn sure looks like it. The bull argument would be that, you know, Ethereum is able to consolidate here, make a higher low, and enter some kind of wedge or something like that, right? Which I'm not 100% sure, you know, what that would look like, but maybe it might look like something like this. So we have EIP 1559 coming up in June. So what if Ethereum is just flagging here, right, ahead of EIP 1559? And that's actually, that news itself is a bullish catalyst to break Ethereum out. You know, one of the really nice things about that is if this were the case, if we put in this higher low right here, that actually gives us a lot of time for altcoins to kind of do their thing, right? So let's just start from here. Let's say that the wedge resolves somewhere over here. That could be a whole 2 months for alts to perform against Ethereum and probably also against BTC. And then when Ethereum breaks out, of course your alts will, the best thing to do when Ethereum breaks out right here would be to rotate your altcoins to Ethereum, if this is even what the fuck's going on and we're not just dumping to zero and all of us are about to be really poor, right? But the best thing you could do at the end of this, if we do break to the upside, would be to rotate your altcoins into Ethereum and capture that last bit of oomph, right, from Ethereum. But this would be the bull case for Ethereum. Target wise, there's you know, a couple of different ways to derive targets here. I am going to use fibs. Let's see here. And I think I've got it set up to where if you guys follow Random Tasks, which you really should, you know, he has this thing he calls Chaos PRZ. So the chaos level for this would put Ethereum at around $4,700. That's like the ultimate upside, which is really nice. That's one way to do it. Let's draw fibs like this, and we're just gonna take the length of this flagpole, and we'll put a target at the 1.68. That's around $3,000. I think 3,000 at the bare minimum. I think 5,000 is a good final target for Ethereum. Some people are saying 10. I don't know if we live in a world where 10 happens. You know, I think we're going to have to see a lot of scalability, but 10's definitely on the table. I don't understand how Ethereum could make this new high and not fuck around a little bit, you know, not explore, not to see what's up. 10K in a year? I don't fucking know, bro. I don't fucking know. Maybe. But this is your bull case for Ethereum. So keep your eyes on that. Let's go ahead and have a look at BTC now. So let's look at the weekly for Bitcoin. You know, we just looked at this weekly for Ethereum. Important to note, we are still green on crayons. But interestingly enough, on Bitcoin, that chart is clearly way more overextended than Ethereum. And unlike Bitcoin, because here's the biggest issue on Bitcoin, okay? Just first and foremost, you know, I talk about 3 pushes a lot. What's very clearly going on right here, right? 1, 2, 3. And you can see that third push right here, and this is just the kiss of death, right? That third push was weak. There was a real lack of follow through on that third push. And after 3 pushes on that third push, when you see that level of weakness, it's just a bad sign. So Bitcoin could have some real downside here. And I think that Bitcoin having, yeah, Rook's fucking right now. You're welcome. You're welcome, boys. You're welcome. Listen, I know you think Messi doesn't care. Messi cares. I've got a big heart. I care about you. I care about you. But looking at this right here, I think that my narrative, the ideal situation right here is going to be Bitcoin really pulling back. You know, Bitcoin going down significantly from where it's at right now. Having a real pain Bitcoin retrace, right? That's what we're looking for. So what happens when Bitcoin really retraces? Well, it goes 40%, right? So let's go ahead and measure that out. You know, we don't have to overcomplicate things. We've been doing these 30% retraces on the way up. That's been great, right? And that's been a good guideline. I think it's time for the big boy. At least 40%. Maybe somewhere down in here. I'm a strong believer that Bitcoin has the ability to go to mid to low 30,000s. I think it will. We're so overextended here, as opposed to, and let's look at this Ethereum chart. Weekly. As opposed to this, right? Because Ethereum, while it's made this lower high, we don't have like this huge run up, right? Although, I mean, this is pretty big, let's be real. But it's not just this ridiculous run up with 3 pushes and clear signs of exhaustion. You know, this is kind of like 1 push. So I really do think that Ethereum has the ability. Bitcoin goes back to 30s, right? Elon Musk's entry, 33, I think is his average. Bitcoin goes back to that. And when Bitcoin goes back to that, you're going to see new institutional interest, inflows, accumulation, et cetera, et cetera. Bitcoiners, total Wojak mode by then. Ethereum uses that time to shine and do its thing and go up. And EIP 1559 is just the perfect narrative. You know, we've got Ethereum, which has level 2 scaling solutions and all this bullshit coming up in May, right? Which is also another catalyst. But not only that, you know, we have Ethereum becoming deflationary money. Here's the thing. You say Ethereum will go to 800 if Bitcoin goes to 30K. But with that being said, when you look at where Ethereum is versus Bitcoin, there's a lot of room for Ethereum to see some upside. So I'll put it this way, check this out. So let's say Ethereum can rally to 0.08 for me, that's the target, right? So hypothetically, if Ethereum can rally to 0.08, right? And Bitcoin is at 35K, right? Then we got 0.08 times 35. That puts Ethereum right around $3,000. That's the thing. You know, for Ethereum to go to 5,000, for Ethereum to go to 10,000, like, trust me, like, Bitcoin's gonna have to be ripping face, right? But there's a possibility here for Ethereum to really rally. I mean, Ethereum's proven itself big time, in my opinion. And I definitely think that there's a lot of upside in, you know, for Ethereum. Just looking at the chart, we don't have the exhaustion. It could be consolidation. It doesn't look just ridiculously overextended after making a new all-time high. Shit hasn't even gone 2x since making a new all-time high. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, yo, Rook's fucking partying right now, which is really nice. Let me check my Zapper really quick. Am I poor? Am I rich again? What's going on here? Looks pretty good to me. Okay, we gotta get some new tunes up here. All right, back to church. Do I think Zcash will have its day in the sun? Let's peek at Zcash. I haven't looked at Zcash in a minute. Let's check it out on Pula. Here we go. Yeah, it's been on Bitfinex forever. Poor Zcash, right? What just an absolute travesty, like, constantly underperforming. Got some trend lines on this motherfucker. So, you know, if you were a Zcash bull, like, you'd be praying for this not to break down, and you know what, it looks like it might be. One of the really concerning things about this to me is we actually have a pretty strong bearish divergence right here on a weekly time frame. So I do think that there's a strong possibility Zcash could pull back to 80 bucks. Like I was saying earlier, we haven't really had a real alt season, a prolonged alt season beyond DeFi summer, which wasn't, or even a real alt season too, because it was a sector pump. But a real alt season is going to last 2-3 months. You know, it's not something that just lasts for 3 weeks like we saw at the beginning of the year, which sucks because it's such a buzzkill, isn't it? But you do see, you know, this volume's just completely died out here. You've got these big bearish divergences in terms of momentum, you know, which is concerning as well. So I'm just not quite sure about that. I mean, trend-wise on the weekly, we're still very much bullish, according to iSilico. But, you know, looking at this, and I drew those trend lines on the weekly before. So looking at this, I'm going to actually adjust these trend lines up here just a bit. And looking at this, it does look like that's been a fake out. So, you know, I would look for Zcash to probably retrace significantly. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's look at some DeFi charts. Check out the DeFi perp. Okay. Here's the VWAP right here. You know, the VWAP has gone up quite nicely with the DeFi perp. It's sitting at about 7,000 right now. So as a whole, I do think that DeFi could have a bit more downside, but you know, we're kind of reaching Wojak levels on DeFi. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of shit that's pulled back 70, 50, 60%. Not quite sure how much further that goes back. Let's look at shit perp. So you can see that shitcoins are, in my opinion, what are really overextended. I'm not quite sure what shit perp is comprised of. Maybe that's shit like ADA and stuff. Let's check out ADA. Versus the dollar in Bitfinex. No. It's been on Binance forever, no? Here we go. Yeah. Now this looks absolutely smoked. I do think that it is we are ripe for an ADA short. It still doesn't fucking do anything. It's had a fantastic run. I mean, kind of to my disbelief, actually. But we've got, once again, some kind of divergence up here on the Willy. iSilico FSVZO is printing this little take profit thing on this bar back here. This is a sign of weakness. It's bullish, but it's a weakness. You could say this is a swing failure point, because what ADA actually did here was it attempted to make a new high, and you can see here we also have tweezers. these 2 wicks to the upside, after a run like that, that's an absolute death sentence. So if there is a place to short ADA on low leverage, I do think that the risk reward on it is really good. The volume weighted average price is down here at 31 cents, 32 cents. So you could maybe potentially see some pretty good profit on that. I'm not a margin trader though. If you're a margin trader, evaluate this on setup, or evaluate this setup on your own, see what's up with it. But looking at this, on the way up, it did respect the VWAP. And this was support. Zooming in, you can see literally the bottom right here, it whipped right into the VWAP. So I'll be looking for the VWAP once again, to act as some kind of support for this to dump. And I really don't think that there's anything as overextended as something like ADA. Hylucian says it's his first live stream or her. Welcome. Glad you made it. Let's check out some other shit. Let's see. What do you guys want to look at? AVAX. AVAX, once again, we got the VWAP right here. Maybe look at entering AVAX around 18, something like that. At a certain point, here's the thing: these other level ones have been layer ones have been rallying. At a certain point, that money is going to flow to Ethereum. And I think that's one of the things that's going to happen. Take a look at RSR. We actually want to look at RSR and Huobi. That weekly chart. Okay. I would argue that this is probably top-ish on RSR. What a run, though. I still remember us, talking about RSR back here. It's up, absurdly since then. Fuck, I should have just held my RSR, yeah. Good. 3,400%. Fuck, that's some crazy ass shit, right? This is looking toppy though. I don't think this is all said and done for RSR. I definitely think we can continue to go up. I definitely think we're gonna see. Looks like we topped out here right at about 10 cent RSR, which is. That's crazy. I still remember when we were talking about 1 cent RSR. Oh my God, this is actually a log chart too. So just to show you guys, how fucking crazy this run has been for RSR. That's just a really, really ugly candle. It is what it is. Go back to log scale just because it makes things a little bit more reasonable looking. Let's check out Aave now. Aave Tether. Once again, big part of the DeFi index. If anything, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Is it pulling back a bit? I think maybe $200 for Aave. That's that volume weighted average price would be a really, really nice entry. And interestingly enough, when we're looking at that DeFi perp and we're looking where the volume weighted average price was, let's go back to that. DeFi perp. So interestingly enough, we're looking at this VWAP once again. It's about 23% downside from there. And things like Aave, are pretty representative of DeFi perp. Now, Aave outperformed pretty much anything in DeFi on the way up, right? So maybe another 40% downside for Aave. I'm not quite sure what else is in the DeFi perp. There's lots of good DeFi projects right now that I feel like are on sale. Comp. That looks pretty smoked. I don't think that there is a bull argument to be made on that. Maybe somewhere down to like 250 or something like that. Let's look at Cream. I know Cream is just smoked right now. Yeah, all the way down to $100, up from 372. Of course, this is when that hack occurred that utilized the Iron Bank and all that kind of shit. The thing that can turn Cream around is DaraSwap. So, looking at BNT here, we are on support for BNT. If that doesn't hold, we'd be looking back at maybe around $5 for BNT. BNT has held up extremely well, relative to everything else. One of the really interesting things about BNT is that the amount of BNT that's actually staked has gone up pretty well. We're sitting at 66% right now. And even though the price of BNT has retraced from about $9 to $7, the amount of total liquidity on Bancor has been increasing because they've been adding different projects, and every single thing that they add gives more liquidity to Bancor. So just something to look at. You know, right here, I am expecting some kind of bounce right here. If it doesn't happen, we break this down, you know, I will be looking at that $5 level, maybe a bit below $5 for people to come back in. You've got to remember that Defiance Capital, which bought like $10 million of BNT, they bought all that shit around $5. So I would imagine that they will defend that area. Just something to keep in mind. So I'm not concerned about the inflation on Bancor, and here's the reason why, is they've actually done statistical analysis on that inflation. And when you, and I spoke about this a bit at the beginning of the stream, but when you actually unstake or claim your rewards for Bancor, you know, that puts that sell pressure on the project. It resets all of your multipliers to 1. And it takes a whole month to get your multipliers back up to that 2x. So actually the vast majority of this BNT inflation actually gets restaked and it goes back into the platform. So another thing that's deflationary for Bancor is they've got Bancor Vortex, and the full version of that is going live very soon. And what that's actually going to allow you to do, or allow other people to do, is take money out of Bancor without unstaking their Bancor. And that's really important. And they've got a fee burner that's going to keep that number up. But what that's going to do is that's going to lock a lot of liquidity in the platform. And it's going to give you a means to exit without unstaking. So you could, if you're yield farming or whatever, a big position, you could literally exit that entire position using the VBNT, you know, using Bancor Vortex. And then you could go fucking buy something else or put that money in your bank account and then continue to yield farm with all of that BNT that you have locked in the platform. Just food for thought. Or let's say you think that the cycle is over. You know, what you could actually do would be to you know, totally exit Bancor entirely. You know, have all that BNT locked up, and then at a certain point, you can come in and just claim all your BNT. You know, with really cheap BNT. Yeah, unlimited stablecoin farm. I mean, Bancor's got a lot of good shit going to it. I was talking to some Bancor guys, and they actually expect a new user interface that they've been working on for quite some time to either, I think, drop today or tomorrow. So, fingers crossed, I'm looking out on that. BNT, it's still my biggest bag. You guys know I'm hot on that. A couple of people have asked for MPH. So we are going to take a look at that MPH chart really quick versus Ethereum. And let's see what we're working with here. Man, what a bitch. So once again, you know, we've got this kind of fake out. You know, we faked out right here, we faked out right here, and it looks like we faked out right here again. So fuck that, but you know, it is what it is. So back into the wedge, right? When do we go up? I mean, interestingly enough, I mean, there is some kind of horizontal support here because we did break above this range, right? So really there's two things that can happen here. You know, one, I think that maybe today could be like one of those max paying days for altcoins, and you know, we're about to see some good upside. So one possible situation is that, you know, we squeeze out of this wedge finally, we escape and, you know, get into this this area up here. Another possibility, of course, would be to break down back below this horizontal and do that. And then, of course, your final possibility is that this market is cooked and we are all about to lose all of our money. I don't think that that's going to happen, but I don't know. Thoughts on influence of the big OI and prices this week. So for anybody that doesn't know what Philip is talking about, there's about $5 billion of options set to expire on Friday. What fucking day is it? Wow, it's Thursday already. So that's actually coming up really fucking soon. Yeah, we'll check out RGT. Listen, we've been going for about an hour and a half. I've got to take my dog to take a shit. It's been like straight up tornado weather here. I live in Alabama, southeast all day. So I am gonna roll through maybe 5 or 6 more charts, and that's gonna be it for today. But you know, if you guys are in the Discord, you know, keep your eye out. I'm gonna put that request for research channel up. If you just want to chart, you'll be able to throw that up. But what you need to be doing right now in Discord is you need to get active, because when you get active, that's gonna allow you to level up and allow you to be, you know, posting in that channel. And literally, I'm in there. That's my job to fucking be in there. So I'm in there all day, every day, answer your questions, to look at your shit. Don't roll tide me. I'm definitely a War Eagle, man. Actually, Ledger Status is a War Eagle guy too. Something to think about. Wholesome Shaco says, does anybody have a Discord link? It's literally the last thing I tweeted out, because I'm still pretty sure you guys are fucking with me. But I posted it in this YouTube chat literally like 50 times. So I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, thank you, Hitch. Much appreciated. Yeah, we're gonna. Ole Miss is not greater than Auburn. What are you talking about? I mean, come on, That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous assertion. I know you motherfuckers were fucking with me. Like, I seriously know you were fucking with me. There's no way, there's no situation where you guys weren't fucking with me. And like I said earlier, I'm too old for this shit, and I do not appreciate that. No. Just stop it, Matt. Just stop it. Just stop it. All right, so I did say we were gonna take a look at Phantom. Phantom USDT. Yeah, this is broken down. Let's look at the weekly chart. You know, maybe we'll see where some of the supports are. Look, whenever you see this kind of situation on a weekly chart, and you see just wicks and wicks and wicks to the upside for week, that means that people are selling, people are taking profit, and probably so should you. In terms of support, once again, this VWAP is looking really, really nice. I'd love to see Phantom pull back to around 10 cents, and I think it might be a fantastic entry there. Rob Manley says that I won't pull up the DBC Bitcoin chart because I'm still accumulating. You caught me, bro. You caught me. I'm fucking busted. Look, that was supposed to be our little secret, but you know, it is what it is. I'll remember that. I'll remember what you did to me. Deep brain chain. Oh, okay. All right. I see you. Let's auto. That is something to behold. Quite a bit of volume there. Okay, so thoughts on this? You know, this is weekly. This is high time frame. Deep brain chain is literally poo and is totally wrecked. But it's apparently decided that it wants to go. It wants to pump. So we're at our first resistance here versus BTC. You know, I would imagine that there will be people selling right here. But if we can overcome this challenge and we can get up, I don't see any reason why Deep Brain Chain can't come up and fuck with this level up here, which would be a solid 3x from where it's at right now. Now, just remember, whenever you have a situation like this, right, it's best to not buy resistance, especially because altcoins are a bit questionable right now. But if you can buy, if this does break above and you can buy that retest and it's solid, it proves to you that, hey, this SR flip is legit and you're not getting owned, then you can buy this shit and maybe write it up for another 3x. It is impressive though to see absolute poo-poo going up. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, they're moving to Polkadot and got a new team. I mean, some of these projects are managing to actually come back from the dead. You know why this broke out? I just saw it. Because it broke this diagonal. So, you know, we had people start buying right here and boom. You can see though why I like Isilico crayons, because, I mean, all you had to do is buy when they went green on this chart and, you know, you would have made some fucking money. Let's see. If you bought when the crayons went green, you'd be up about 9x versus BTC right now. That's pretty dope. They are pumping this old worn out dog shit though, and you know, here's the thing, I'm an investor. Like, you can try to look for these pumps. They're really, really hard to find. When I say just a pump, I just mean some poop, just straight doo-doo pumping. You need crayons, check it out. Isilico, okay? This is straight doo-doo. and it's going, right? It's pumping. This is a pump. And when I say it's a pump, I mean it's a pump and dump. Now, pretty much everything's a pump and dump, right? I mean, you can't make any money if you never sell. And that's the joke. Like, when I say that, yeah, I'm going to dump on you, like, all that means is that, I'm not even dumping on you. Like, let's be real here. And B, you know, like, I'm dumping on a liquidity provider. I'm dumping on an AMM. I'm dumping on an algorithm. I'm not fucking dumping on you. What are you talking about? But you have to sell to make money. If you're just a chronic perpetual bag holder, you're never gonna make any fucking money. So you know, what the fuck's the point of that? Like, why though? Why the fuck would you even do that? Yeah, the storms are really bad, guys. Here we've been on tornado warning on and off all day, sirens going off and shit, all that kind of stuff. Scott R says, Messi, I'm your newest fan. Don't disappoint. Fine, I'll take a look at Cargo X. Although, let's be real, like that sounds really dumb. So. It's on KuCoin. How do you pronounce that? KuCoin or KuCoin? Huh. Okay. I mean, it is getting above the VWAP here. You know, we've got signs of this bullish momentum. Weekly chart. You know, for me, what I really want to see on this, you know, before further upside. Okay, first and foremost, let's draw the diagonal on this. We got a diagonal break as well. Put this on your weekly chart, draw that same diagonal. We're above the VWAP, so we've got that hurdle cleared. Really good. But you want to watch for this close, and you want to make sure it's above this diagonal, okay? And also above this level right here. And just so you can see, this is this spike up on the 10th of June, 2019. This nice weekly candle. This is resistance. We need to really, really clear that. And then there's also a bunch of resistance up here. So, I mean, this might be one of those situations to where we do something like this. I don't know what the fuck this is or anything like that. Let's check it out real quick. Cargo X, number 713, so it definitely falls in that sweet spot. I love projects that are, you know, 18 to 10 to $30 million cap is the sweet spot for like serious fucking upside. If you want to chase that 10x or something like that. Let's see what the fuck this even is. Like, why do you call your shit Cargo X? So it gives you the world's easiest way to upload documents and provides the tools for their structure and instant transaction. So you can upload and transfer ownership of documents. I mean, I like the fact that they have a working product. You know, it's not immediately obvious to me like what the actual utility and shit is of the token, but at the same time, I mean, just looking at this, like, yeah, this could pump. I don't see any reason why I couldn't. Just look at it. Look at it. Oh, is Badger just getting totally fucking wrecked? Let's see Badger. Badger will be a good dip to buy at some point. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's not looking great. Let me try to make some sense of this. I mean, really, for me, the biggest issue on Badger is where's the support? And I drew this on an earlier stream. I think right here. And there's some nice confluence too with this level. And Badger fundamentally is still really good. So that's like with Rook. You know, Rook looked like shit. Like why the fuck why the fuck did Rook pull back as much as it did, like when the fundamentals are that strong? Like that's the kind of dip I'm comfortable buying because I know there's still a lot of, you know, pumpamentals shit going on that can pump it. Badger's the same way. Why did I sell my Badger? I mean, very simply, because Badger went like 1,500%, right, to the upside, and I dumped things that 10x plus. I mean, it's literally as simple as that. I've seen a few people talk about future swap. Is there a token for that yet? Yeah, FST. fully diluted valuation on this is fucking really stupid. Decentralized perps with 10x leverage. There's so many of these though, guys. There's perp, there's this, there's DYDX, there's, I mean, this is just, you know, I mean, fuck. Maybe this is like the best. Yeah. View is read only. I mean, it looks dope. What do we only have Ethereum USD? Huh. I mean, it looks cool. It does. But with that being said, there's so many of these. And honestly, DYDX is fucking awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever used DYDX. DYDX is the shit. And it's pretty much the same thing. They've got 10x perps, they've got margin trading, they've got spot trading. DYDX has tons of liquidity, is super fast. No token though, right? They do lending, flash loans, all that kind of shit. Isn't this what Hxro does? No, so Hxro is actually an exotic, it's going to be an exotic options protocol. It's not going to be a perp, and it's going to be in Solana. So it's going to be really fast. Actually, I'm really excited about that. We're going to have some news on Hxro pretty soon. I think we're going to release our white paper for Hxro Network sometime next month, which is super exciting because I know a little bit about it, and I've read like the drafts and stuff, but I'm like on a gag order. Like it's very difficult for me, like, because I work there, and I've been there for 2 years, and those guys are like family to me, but I can't, I don't have the fucking ability. I can't talk about it, which is like literally what my fucking job is. So like I'm in this situation where like we have something really dope, and like I want to get the word out and I want to shill it, but they literally told me like, keep your fucking mouth shut or else we're not gonna let you read any of the white paper and stuff like that. Yeah, Hxro is a Solana project. We're going to Solana. The Hxro token is going to have full governance, value accrual, all that good shit. So keep your eye on that. You know what, guys? Look, I know we didn't get to look at everything, but we can't. Like, I could just sit here and go on for fucking ever and ever. There's a bit of a break in the rain right now, even though we do have some lightning. I've got to take my dog to poo, or I'm going to be out in the yard at like 12 p.m. We'll take a quick look at FinNexus. I hopped in and hopped out of FinNexus really quick. Yeah, I mean, fuck, that does look really great. That looks good. I wonder what it's doing right here. I'd love to see some continuation on it. FinNexus is a decentralized options protocol. Doesn't look like there's much liquidity on this, but maybe all the liquidity is on something else. I think I bought my FinNexus somewhere right here, and then I sold it like somewhere right here. And the reasoning for that, for rotating in and out so fast, was because I came to the conclusion on my portfolio, I would be set for life if I just banged out a 3x, but I need big positions with conviction. I need liquidity to do that. So I don't really have much room in my portfolio for like gym type shit. MPH is my gym. MPH is low market cap. They've got a lot going on. The TVL has been growing. They've got zero coupon bonds out. MPH V3 right around the corner. So you can see right here, we basically, and these are weekly levels. Let me just show you. It's literally this simple, right? So now we're ranging. We're in this weekly range, right? We bounced right here and we got rejected right here. The rejections aren't too bad. There's not these massive wicks to the upside. But MPH is a build project. Let it grow, let it go sideways, and let it fucking rip. One day this is going to be $1,000 coin. No doubt in my mind about that. Looking at the number 500, I don't think that there is anything out there with a $40 million market cap, okay, that is as high of a quality project as MPH. That's one of the reasons why I'm really excited about it. How much to be set for life? I'd like to have $20 to $30 million. For me, I would be pretty comfortable with that. That's before tax. So whatever after tax, that might be what, 15 million, something like that. Depending on how close to 30 I get. And then with 15, you can, you can make like $1 million a year just investing it and doing shit like that. So I don't really see any reason to be in crypto or do anything after that. It's a matter of being greedy, but hopefully not too greedy. So we'll see how that plays out. But if you guys ever do see me delete my Twitter and stuff, you know what happened. But yeah, this has been a really good episode. I'm back. Apologies for the low energy. Apologies for the grumpiness. Put your smiles on. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're still here, if you're still watching, two things. I would really, really appreciate you hitting that like button. Hit that thumbs up, right? That'd be dope. I know it sounds dumb, but I've got to get engagement or I'm not going to have a fucking job. Right? Got to get this engagement. Get this engagement up. Get this engagement up. Come on. Also, if you don't mind, please subscribe. That'd help me out a lot too. Thanks for the chart suggestions. Thanks for all that. Guys, get in the Discord, get in that fucking Discord channel. Start building up your level with the MeBot. All you got to do is type. Hang out in the channels, talk. There's actually good people in there. There's not that much spam and dog shit in there yet. So hopefully it stays that way because it's badass. But you can catch me in there at any time. Just tag me. I'm Daniel CE. You guys know that's my name, Daniel. And then my position at Hxro, Chief Evangelist, which my wife likes to make fun of because it sounds like I'm like a preacher or something, but I kind of am. You know, it's basically like a shill. You know, a Chief Evangelist. It's a position at a tech company. It's pretty much just like a brand advocate. You know, for inside and outside the brand. Wow, did you guys hear that thunder? That was intense. No, your name is Messi. Yeah, we're gonna have some Batman gifs soon, guys. I promise. Like, we're not gonna be going down forever, and if we do, then we're all going down together. The Discord is my last tweet I made. It's the last tweet I made. Look, check this out. Look, go to my profile. It's literally right here. Link to Real Hxro Labs Discord, Trading Pit 2.0. Click that. Get in the fucking channel. The reason I say you want to be chatting in there, because that MeBot will level you up. And I'm going to make it so that like all the level 5s will get a special badge and status in the Discord. And all those level 5s will have access to a channel where you can like request research and shit like that. And I'll do the research. I'll check out your coins. Basically like church, but 24/7, you know, anytime you find something cool, throw it in there right then and there. I can check it out. Look at the Nansen, look at the charts, look at the token economics, look at the product, all that good shit. Figure it out. But anyway, fellas and ladies, thanks so much for being here. Church again soon. Monday, next Monday, maybe this weekend. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Like I said, you know, we're taking a step back from drinking and all that for about a month, so you know, maybe I'm gonna need to do more streaming and stuff to fill up my time. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for being here, fellas, and until next time.